Today I'm talking about 10 upcoming crowdfunding games that I'm ready to throw my money at. I'm always watching at least one crowdfunding campaign, but it has never occurred to me to put together a list of my favorite upcoming projects. Until now. When exploring the many game options out there, I look for a few key ingredients that pique my interest. I usually prefer dark themes with creative miniature designs and single-session gameplay. I tend to stay away from convoluted story-based campaign games and legacy-style games. If the main mechanism relies on anything other than dice chucking, then that's another element that piques my interest. Dice chucking is fine in small doses, but it's not something that keeps me invested in a game. That being said, Cthulhu Death May Die is currently my favorite cooperative board game, so there are always exceptions to the rule. Some of these games will get dedicated full-length videos as more information becomes available. So let's get started, and welcome to Trehane Miniatures. The first game that has my interest is Travail. Travail is a 1 to 2 player cooperative roguelike adventure, blending choose-your-own-path storytelling with fast-paced tactical card-driven combat. Across 3 acts, you'll journey through desecrated hamlets, haunted ruins, and corrupted sanctums, confronting the grotesque fallen angels who plague this land with their blasphemy. Every choice forges the path ahead, uncovering new discoveries with each run. Every battle is a test of positioning, synergy, and survival. And even in death, there are rewards, as each attempt offers fresh encounters, branching paths, and hard-won victories, unlocking new cards and relics for your next run. What draws me to this game is its promise of tactical card-based combat. The grimdark setting and creepy-looking minis are also right up my alley. As cool as this game looks, there appears to be some drama with this campaign. The creator of this campaign is a former creative director for Grimlord Games, which went tits up before delivering projects to all of its backers. I'm not going to weigh in on whether this creator should be held guilty by association or not. Still, he was very active in the comments section, responding candidly and thoroughly to backers' concerns. Ultimately, backing any crowdfunding campaign comes with a certain amount of risk. I'll look deeper into this as the campaign gets closer to launching. Labyrinth is an oldie but a goodie and more of a nostalgia pick for me, and less of a rational evaluation of a game I should add to my collection. I first played the original version of this about 30 years ago. It blew me away with its lack of reliance on dice or other random elements found in so many mass-market board games. It's a tactical spatial awareness puzzle with perfect information. It plays more like an abstract strategy game. Labyrinth Chronicles brings a new cooperative campaign mode to this best-selling board game. It now has a stunning 3D board and graphic design from Awakened Realms. The goal of this game is to gather the resources required to help a nearby Feyfolk village. This version adds great-looking miniatures such as goblins who want to snatch valuables before you. As you progress, you will rebuild the damaged village, meet new friends, unlock new skills, and much more. I'm not sure if I like the idea of turning this classic into a cooperative campaign game, but the stellar production value of this edition has me intrigued. The recently announced price of €89 may make it worth backing even for those only interested in the classic and Meister competitive modes. Sky Empire New Dawn is a relaunch of Sky Empire. I have a vested interest in this game's success. I entered a contest during the first campaign with the reward being a free copy of the game. But I was only aware of the contest because I was genuinely interested in the game and was already following the campaign. Sky Empire is a streamlined 4X game along the lines of Twilight Imperium that promises to play in 3 to 6 hours instead of 6 to 10 hours. The creator openly states that his favorite game of all time is Twilight Imperium. In Sky Empire, players will take on the role of a Doppler, an anthropomorphic amphibian with 1 mind and 2 bodies, in a quest to find the crystals and reactivate the monolith defense to thwart the invasion from the evil sentinels. Sky Empires takes place over several game rounds, where players place their Dopplers either in the council to take council actions, or on the board for character unique abilities. Or both. All 4 elements of 4X games are here. You explore, you expand, you exploit, and you exterminate your opponents. To win the game, you must collect 4 crystals, activate a monolith, and ascend to the position of Emperor of Dophius. Ronin's Revenge is an epic semi-cooperative boss battling board game. You must vote on the party's path, but your true loyalty lies with your hidden agenda. I am particularly drawn to the combat system, which allows you to choose between using dice or a more deterministic approach. I appreciate this so much. Dice chucking can lead to more excitement and higher highs in gameplay, but sometimes I just want to know that I have what it takes to come out on top. Each player can even individually choose which system works for them within the same battle. When you initiate an attack, you potentially set up a counterattack. If the enemy responds with the same type of attack that you used, you will deliver vengeance with a counterstrike. This simulates baiting the enemy into a vulnerable position. The consequences follow you into battle. You don't just fight the boss, you write the fate that strikes you back. They react to your reactions. Every attack you land builds the combo that will strike you back. You forge the sequence, now you must survive it. I've discovered that I enjoy boss battle style board games quite a bit. This is the upcoming boss battler that I'm most excited about. The fantasy miniatures look ridiculously over the top and the gameplay looks incredibly unique. Fantasy Zombicide is coming back in the form of pirates on paradisical islands. Zombicide Dead Men Tales is a cooperative board game for 1 to 6 players. Players control a crew of pirate survivors, exploring a cursed archipelago, fulfilling objectives, gathering treasure, and acquiring new skills as they fight against growing zombie hordes. Players can fire cannons, swing from ropes, and battle the undead hordes emerging from every direction, including the sea itself. The crew of survivors includes humans, orcs, elves, and more. I know that this is fantasy Zombicide, but I wish it were a little more grounded in its character selection, sort of like the original fantasy Zombicide Black Plague was. The anthropomorphic animal heroes of White Death was a turnoff for me and kept me from diving into that edition of the game. Ultimately, more Zombicide is a good thing, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this version works for me. I'm also hopeful that Fantasy Flight Games steps up and delivers us the type of Zombicide campaign that we've grown accustomed to, with lots of extras and great financial value for backers. Claustrophobia 1692 is a tactical board game originally designed in 2009 that spawned a follow-up in 2019. In Claustrophobia 1692, players confront each other beneath the earth, where a small band of human survivors faces endless waves of demonic horrors in the depths of hell. One player leads the humans, few in number but mighty in strength, while the other commands the legions of hell, overwhelming in quantity but far less powerful individually. This game is fast-paced and highly thematic, with streamlined rules that allow for deep tactical choices without slowing the action. Each session is built around a unique scenario objective, from simple escapes to sealing portals. Players roll and assign dice to their warriors to perform actions and outthink their opponent. The game uses modular dungeon tiles, detailed miniatures, and asymmetric gameplay to deliver a dynamic clash of strategy and survival. The game is deceptively easy to learn, yet packed with cinematic intensity. Each setup details the characters on both sides, their objectives, and the nightmarish labyrinths of hell where battles unfold. I already own the original version of this game from 2009, so I'm not sure if this campaign is for me. However, there is an expansion promised with this campaign, so it definitely has my attention. The core game of Claustrophobia comes with 18 miniatures and 6 scenarios. The expansion adds 15 new miniatures and 14 new scenarios. That is a huge influx of content added by a single expansion. This may be enough to get me to purchase this game all over again. I also like that this game is being published by Devir, which has a very solid reputation in the board game industry. Tales of London grabbed my attention with its box art. Apparently I'm a sucker for the red and black Sin City-esque aesthetic. I mean, the last 2 games I backed were Grim Coven and Below the Asylum, so I definitely have a type. But looking beyond the cover, there is a lot that appeals to me. Tales of London is a dark fantasy strategic semi-cooperative game for 2 to 4 players, where 4 powerful factions fight to seal London before the void devours it. Or they can claim the city for themselves. The setting looks to be Victorian-era steampunk, which is perfect. The game doesn't appear to be semi-cooperative in a way that allows for multiple winners. Looking at the win conditions for the game, there seems to be only one winner. The endgame conditions are that one person wins if they have the most sealed districts at the end of the 15th round, or one person wins immediately if they seal their 5th district, or all players lose if there are ever 5 primordial rifts on the board at any time. I enjoy games with this type of player interaction, where everyone is working in their own best interest, but the game will punish players if they're too selfish. The game board doesn't look too inspiring, but the model renders and concept art look fantastic. And now for the most frustrating preview page of them all. The opening paragraph is gibberish. The video is gibberish. But the box art is red and black, so I'm in. What I know of this game has me intrigued. It's a cooperative survival horror game set in space, so I'm getting slight Nemesis vibes from this. More importantly, it's created by the designers of Resident Evil the board game. Resident Evil is a survival horror fan's wet dream, coming in at a score of 8.3 out of 10 on BoardGameGeek. That's a serious pedigree. Maybe if they showed a model or two, I'd be even more excited. Now it's time to peek behind the curtain and expose the Eurogamer in me. Forsaken Dante's Inferno is a semi-cooperative game that will make you question what you're willing to do to escape hell. It has 20 beautifully sculpted miniatures modeled after historically infamous characters. These characters include the likes of Billy the Kid, Attila the Hun, and Cleopatra. It also contains a 3D board that is manipulated throughout the game and dark Baroque artwork. In Forsaken, the objective of the game is to escape from hell with the highest amount of faith, or victory points like every other Euro game, earned from benevolent acts such as helping the player in last place. However, players can also choose to continue committing misdeeds and earning sin, which are negative victory points, to reach the exit faster. Special milestones await players who risk earning sin to move ahead of the other players. At the start of the game, players will each receive a diary. Inside, you will have to create a tableau of cards to plan your day in hell. By adding these cards, you will establish your current and upcoming actions. When each day comes to an end, turn the page of your diary and witness new actions unfold, leading to a fresh new turn. The game is semi-cooperative in the sense that you can benefit yourself by helping other players at the table. Ultimately, there is only one winner of each game. Again, this is the type of player interaction that I enjoy in games. My one reservation is that I don't know anything about this publisher, Top Decker LLC, and the game designer isn't even credited on the crowdfunding page or the BoardGameGeek listing. I'd like to know a little more about the people behind this game before giving them my money. Have I mentioned I love Euro games? The number one game that I'm looking forward to this year is Agricola Dead Harvest, which reimagines Uwe Rosenberg's iconic farming game in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. Farmers must defend their land from unyielding pests while managing resources to endure. Strategic planning, intense survival mechanics, and relentless undead threats create a unique fusion of farming and horror, offering high replayability and a fresh challenge for both Agricola veterans and newcomers. The original Agricola is an incredibly popular worker placement game ranked as the 64th most popular game of all time on BoardGameGeek. Worker placement is my favorite mechanism in board games. Even with that, I found the original Agricola to be just okay. I rated it a 3 out of 5. Even though I prefer more Euro-centric gameplay mechanisms over random ones like dice rolling, I'm gravitating towards more theme in my games. This is pretty evident by the games that I paint on this channel. I think that Agricola Dead Harvest could be the perfect blend of theme and mechanisms for a gamer like me. As these games reveal more information and I get more excited about them, I'll try to have dedicated in-depth preview videos for each of them. I'm sure that many more games will be announced that I'm interested in as well. I try to only cover a game if it's something I'm seriously considering backing. There's too much FOMO out there already without me adding fuel to the fire by covering games that I only have a passing interest in. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to join our growing community of overconsumers.